I love that. It's because you're just boring.
Shame.
Okay, I think nothing. You're really working in school, right?
I wish I could go home to get that boy from my
Alrighty, guys, let's have a look. Okay. Alright, student time 25 minutes.
Okay, I'll time.
Alright. So if we had these over here, guys, okay. Where were we? Okay. So with these double translation ones, we did one yesterday. Okay. So we started on page, we're on page 33 over here, right? Okay. So first of all, what was our strategy when we're drawing absolute value graphs of this format? Okay. First thing you get the shape, right? What determines the shape? What's in front of the absolute value? Positive or negative. Once you've got the shape, I look at the salient point. What does this mean? It's been shifted 2 to the x minus 2. Every x turns into x minus 2, it's gone 2 to the
Right.
right. Okay, so it moved 2 to the right. And that minus 1 means it moved 1 down. So your salient point you've got, it's 2 minus 1. Okay? Right. Then once you've got your salient points, take the salient point in your shape, so you can see you're going to have x-intercepts. Okay. If you're not going to have x-intercepts, and you forget to check, what will happen? You'll end up with an absolute value equal to a negative number, which means no x-intercept. Okay. Right. So then you can see this is going to have x-intercepts, so we go find. Remember, if absolute value of something is equal to 1, that something could either be 1 or it could be negative 1, because the absolute value of negative 1 is also 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So we solve separately and we get 3 and 1. So they're my two x-intercepts. Okay. Over here. X3 and x is equal to 1. Okay. You've also got to find your y-intercept and label it. Okay. How do I do that? Let x be equal to 0. Okay. And I end up with y is equal to 1. Okay. So this is my graph. Over there. All right. Okay. So let's try one more quickly. Just about done, guys. Okay. H of x is 2 over x plus 3 plus 1. Right. What we got? Shape. Okay. The first two things: the shape and the salient point with the human next to you.
Oh, you can do it. That's good.
Yeah. Why is he substituting?
Registration. Okay, immediately. Oh wait, because Sunny will probably spin around.
This is what happens with the graph.
Yeah.
Then somebody goes to the. Being less speaker.
But then that's my speed that way. Why? Yeah, when the Y instead of the, they won't be Indians. Why?
And with these ones, okay, there'll always be a y intercept. There may or may not be an x intercept. Okay, so what's the shape, guys? Positive. Okay, salient point is what?
-3 and 1.
Negative 3 and 1. So if you go start your graph, you've got negative 3 and 1, which is over here. Okay, so your salient point, you must label that, guys. So there's your salient point at negative 3, 1. And it's going to be positive, right? Okay, so they're not going to be x-intercepts. If you forgot to check, what would happen? Well, say you thought they were x-intercepts. You're going to end up with, don't write this down, you're going to end up with 0 is equal to 2 absolute value of x plus 3 plus 1. So you get negative 1 divided, you get negative a half is equal to absolute value of x plus 3. Is that possible? No, absolute value is something cannot be a negative constant. It can be a negative variable, but not a negative constant. So if you did forget, all you say there is no solution, which then tells you they know it's intercept. Okay. But what do we have to go find? Okay, so not find the y-intercept and sketch there. Okay, by yourself, write down domain, range, axis, or solution. Yes, what is that?
Yeah.
How's it work?
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I had the coaches were very good information.
yeah, so.
Always, but he doesn't coach technique.
I know.
But you say swim up and down, swim up and down.
Yeah.
Doing it wrong, doesn't matter.
It's like technique to come fast as well.
Yeah. It's all about technique.
Yeah.
Okay. Domain. Right, so Nina, how do I find the y intercept?
The one except you, so, see, X was 0.
So we're going to end up with y equal to 2 times absolute value of 3 plus 1, which is what?
And 0.7.
Okay, so I'll get 0, 7. Okay. So here is, we say always label it, even if there's something on the axis, something to get identity to ourselves. Okay, and right. So now, use your ruler. Okay. Don't have to do this, but for practice. Ziad, what's going to be the point which is on this function which is symmetrical to the y-intercept to 0, 7?
-6.
Secretaries, yeah. Top of the game. Right. -6, 7. Right. Okay. When we mark it, what would we mark? Two marks for that, mark for the shape, mark for the y-intercept, probably that form. These things that are add-on questions, you don't have to do them if they say go through all this. They'd be extra questions. Did you test and see, project see tomorrow? Yeah. I'll do that, so. This is one English coming up the
Good, so. When is it based on?
next week because.
Them.
And but they want that. And Sally's not gonna make it, you think she's still on her way? They have less. Sure, you reckon?
It'll be all. Yeah, I will say if I was you, I was like, very and
Yeah. All right. Do we have those three things? The main range, axis symmetry?
Yep.
All right, okay. What is the domain, Maya? What's the range look like?
Oh, y is greater than or equal to y.
And what is the sum of the equations of the axis symmetry?
X is equal to.
Yeah, so you teach that. Alrighty, okay. Are we all good with that, guys? Okay. Okay, right, two more. No, two more. Okay. Let's try that one. Can you change to the person next to you? Online. Right, final that whole graph by 2 minutes.
Today. What is good? That's not.
You guys are in back with today, but.
That's fun. That's to add the bottom to set.
Always gotta find the right decision. So I'm gonna have x intercepts.
Yes.
Okay, there's the salient point, negative. Okay. We figure out those x intercepts.
Yeah.
Okay, x intercepts. A round of applause.
How much more?
Good day, good day.
Okay, fine. So how you want people to actually, the question working out?
Yeah, a question like this, I'd break it up. So I'd say to you, first question, what, I would probably say determine the formula of the instance, and I'd make that equal to, that's often where I check the equation. So I'd probably give you 1 mark there. 1 mark for that. Okay. Mark for that, mark for that. So that'll be about 4 finding the x intercepts. And another one finding the y intercepts. Okay. So x intercepts are at, how are you telling? Good, thanks. 6, 0 and negative 2, 0. Okay. We got that to define.
Why? Is it,
The
the X is,
okay, the x coordinate would be 0. Okay. That's that one was working, by the way. Okay. And so you get y equals probably maximum is just probably 1 mark. Right. So we normally say go find the coordinates of the intercepts, if they exist, and then we'd say go and sketch the function. So you probably get 5 marks for the intercepts, and then I figure out allocate marks for this. Okay, so we're gonna have 0, 2 over there. Okay. And join the thing up. We did. No, you don't have to. I mean, I should have given you more space than that, really.
so if we do that in the exam where it says, you know, like.
Right.
So it's shut down to.
Right, so mark it, guys. Coming to arrows at the end. Okay, so a mark allocation would be 1 mark here. Okay. 1 mark here. 2 marks there. Mark there, mark there, and a check. That's quite generous. So we may give you 1 for intercepts, 1 for the salient points.
Oh, as a kind of line for to the interceptor. So
Yes, as long as it's set for label, as long as it's arrows at the end. Okay.
what?
So if you stop-
Find your points.
If you stopped it there, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Is it?
Doesn't matter that it doesn't look symmetrical, but I mean, it's just because my grid is wrong.
Yeah, it's also, so that if the arrow accidentally kind of covers up the point, so it's fine, it's just a down to point.
That is.
Okay, cool.
All right. We're getting the hang of this, guys.
Yes. Okay, so look at getting this pink. That's
Okay.
good.
Right. Go, Sachi. How about time, Ben?
We have 10 minutes.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. This is not a case, but. Yeah, right. It's really cold when they're always open. They're lying before you came to school. The lying to you and with your parents.
Yeah.
Did that? It's a good job, actually. Okay. So your salient point is -1, -3. Okay. Which is it gonna have x intercept, guys? No? Okay. So it's gonna have y intercept. You know, got the y intercept for me?
Yeah.
But
That's zero.
0 and -5, good. Okay. Right? So you've got 1/2 of the graph here. I like to find a point on the other branch. Okay. So I use symmetry with that, with the y intercept. Get the other half. But for this one, write down again the main range equation of the axis symmetry. Okay, so what? Tell me about Bianca. Tell me, between the you, if you did, what's going to be the coordinates of the point symmetrical to this point on the other side? Have a look, have a chat. Right? -2 and good. Okay. But here's the axis of symmetry, so you hop 2 across. Okay. So -2, -5. We good? Okay. So here 1, 2, 3, 4 probably. Okay. Right. The main range equation of axis of symmetry. Domain width,
It's what we're meant to do.
range my,
Twice, it's
careful,
oh, smaller than.
2,
Good.
good. Okay, and the one equator to x symmetry. Balance. Okay. Is another page. Is that it? End of the note.
Example seven, it's called example seven. Seven.
Okay. All right. Okay, we've done the above. That's it. Right. Example 7. So these are important things that can help you guys. Okay, what do we mean by this? Okay, we need to for a break. So we talked about this before. Absolute value of A times absolute value of B is equal to AB. Okay, normally it's more useful to actually go in that direction, from right to left. Okay, so in other words, the absolute value of AB is the absolute value of A times the absolute value of B. Because what you want to do is before you sketch a function, you really want it to needs to be like this. It needs to be in the form y is equal to a x minus p plus q in all these drawings. Okay. In other words, there must be no coefficient here. If there's a coefficient there, you can't use the method we're using to sketch it. Okay. If there's a coefficient, you're going to have to use the definition. Okay. That you can't take out. Okay. So we don't want a coefficient in front of the x. That's really the important bit about that. Okay. Take a note. If you can't remove the coefficient, you have to use the definition.
Yeah, use the definition.
Yeah.
Into my definition.
The fact that the absolute value of A is equal to A if A is bigger than 0, but like we did in the beginning. Okay, so we're going to first try see if we can remove the coefficient, okay, by using this law or those laws over there. Both are really important concepts, guys. Okay, that the absolute value of x minus m is the same thing. Okay, what am I saying is this? If I go to the absolute value of 2 minus x, what's it the same thing as? It's the absolute value of x minus 2, right? Make something inside an absolute value negative, it doesn't affect the overall value. Good. Unlike when you're working in core, okay, if that's a normal bracket, x minus 2 minus x, okay, and I want to turn it into x minus 2, what do I have to do? I have to take out a negative and I have to keep that negative there. I don't have to take out a negative when I'm working with absolute values. Fish, the concept comes up quite a lot. Okay. All right, we're not going to draw the same, but let's just try to get the equation in the right format. Okay. I want you to try to get that equation in the form like that. In other words, with no coefficient of x. Tell me your reasoning behind it. Why would we do that? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Start. That says you can't remove the coefficient, you have to use the definition. Okay, with absolute value of A, for A bigger than equal to 0, negative A for A is this. Clarification, what I can do. Yeah,
Sorry, divide, sorry, divide 3x,
can't divide.
oh, sorry,
What can I do though? Take out
you take out the 3
as a
as a
common
common denominator.
factor. Take out 3 as a common factor, right?
So,
So if you take out 3 from inside here, you get 3 x minus 2, right? That does not affect the 4. But times it back out, what I get? 3x minus 6. It's fine, I've just rewritten in a different form, huh? How do I read this? And the answer is not 3 bracket x minus 2. How do I write it? What am I doing there? What does bracket mean in this case? 3 times x minus 2, right? And if you have two things times together in an absolute value, what am I allowed to do? Hey, I'm allowed to split it, right? Hey. Because the absolute value of two things times together is the absolute value of them separate. So how could I rewrite this then? Absolute value of times the absolute value of. Good. You can skip out this step if you want to. Why? Because what's the absolute value of 3? Okay, so if we went straight to there, it wouldn't matter. But remember that was negative 3. Then that'll be the absolute value of negative 3, which should become 3 with me. Okay. So I get y is equal to 3, absolute value of x minus 2 minus 4. Fish. Okay, now this is the format where I can use the techniques I've been using. Okay, I can read off the salient point. You cannot read off the salient point, guys. The biggest mistake people would make here is that people would start telling me that the salient point is 6, negative 4. Okay, you can only use that logic of shifting when there's no coefficient in front of the x. This is Sinai. Okay, because there's no coefficient, there's nothing written in front of the x. Then I can use that strategy of what's the salient point by looking at the equation. The fish? Okay, right. We'll make our second half shorter. Let's quickly draw this.
Oh.
Then we'll have our
Here we go.
yes.
Okay.
The
So
transfer.
go get the shape, go get the salient point, go find the intercepts if they exist. Okay.
Yes, there are roots plot.
But surprising, but also quite easy.
Did you also get this one says 2?
That was the puzzle.
You know, the it's on this case.
This one like odd lines, so that's really.
That's pretty right, why we. Be in the same. Then. Or it's. I also got the fractions.
You're allowed to get fractions, guys. Fractions have the right to exist.
That's what I said, this is actually do.
You can work with the original equation or you can work with this equation over here. Makes no difference. We'll have you up to date. Split it up, you know. Okay, let's split it up, just like we did last time. Okay, I'd first say to you, what's the saving point? And then I'd make that 1, 2, 3, 4 marks for the second point. Then I'd say go find the intercept, second question. X intercept 1, 2, 3. Okay.
So, and then do you have to type, say the 3 times, so minus 3?
Also, it's like the 4 minus 2. I love the conversion. I think they make those because when you do this, it's like, see, but it wasn't thick. So the continuum is.
Yeah, might have a different answer.
Okay, so guys, let's have a look here. Okay, alright. So, everybody just have a look here? Are you happy with up to there? Then x, the value of x minus 2 is 4 over 3. Okay, then, so x minus 2 could be 4 over 3, or it could be negative 4 over 3, right? Okay, move that across, x is equal to 2 plus 4 over 3. You use your calculator if you want to, but you get 10 over 3. You can leave it like that, but sometimes you struggle to know where the hell to draw 10 over 3. Okay, 3 and a third or 3,3. Okay, so the coordinates, I would probably in a question like that say I'd say give your x intercept to 1 decimal digit. Yeah, I'd specify. But you don't have to measure it, you can be labeled with 1 decimal.
What if you put it as a fraction?
If I specify it, that's be fine, unless I specify it in the question, right? Okay. And here you get x is equal to 2 over 3, which is 0.67, am I right? Okay. So label those. Okay. So we've got 3,33, which is somewhere over there. Let's stick to 1 decimal digit. Okay. And you've got 0.7, which is roughly over there. Okay. But I'm still going to go find the y-intercept, right? Okay. Go find the y-intercept if you haven't done that.
So in total, how many variance questions do you think account for?
Nina, I've talked through it. Okay, I can't tell you more than I told you, I'm afraid. Okay, y-intercept, not because it's secret, because that's what it is. Y-intercept, let x be equal to 0. Okay, and you're going to end up with what? Okay, if I use the original or the other one, I'm going to get 0 minus 6 minus 4, which is 6. Right, so I'm going to 0, 2. Must be labeled. Okay. And voila. Okay. We're good with that, guys? Right, 5-minute break. Okay, yeah.
If judgment were wrong, hit the original, the line to say.
Then you just go 3, 0 minus 2, which is the absolute value of minus 2, do you agree? Okay, because I made that 0. Yeah. And we're going to give you 3 times 2, because that would be negative 2, right? So it's going to be 6 minus 4. Doesn't matter which one you use. You get the same answer. Okay. All right, guys. Everybody up? Everybody out? 5-minute break. Let's go. Okay. My line set to 0, 2. Okay. You good with that, guy? All right. Up, go. Okay. Get the fish in, look at the flowers. I like to be alive. Okay. The end of the video. Come on.
Laughing.
The view. I'm getting like that. Give their own rules. Okay.
真的是让他们嘴，没有那种插不去的。我感觉那个锅。
Right, guys, let's go. Let's finish off, please. Okay.
Oh, we have one more.
Yeah.
And then we're done.
Right, let's go. Okay.
What if you're done with that one again?
Right, let's go, guys. Come,
真的可以，
come, come, come.
真是很看好。
没有，我有一个因为分你能比别人来我比赛的。What she had been into the regional line that was like, now a generation of so if you think about it, our black sound. Like you put it to a debate, you can say something is black now. I think exactly. So if you put it into perspective, everybody around me is a black person.
I like some bottom there. I like you. I like the East Coast. Right, okay. The year's my favorite. All right, guys, last question. Let's go. Come, come, come. Thank you, Sunny.
It was very fascinating, so.
Pretty fattening. Where did you go?
She just left another image of
Wow.
I'm telling you, it does come.
I would like it like a fish tank. Yeah.
You want me to
Yeah, this is quite nice, right?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's about that. Okay. Right, guys, last question. Off you go. If you're waiting and you have, I want you to try this. Okay, first people finished.
Yep.
I'm not gonna let you go to the boards because it's got time. Okay, right. But try, once you've done that one over there.
Yep.
Let's try and find an interesting one. That's two.
So you didn't tell us to bring out some of these books. It's not, oh, yeah. Okay.
Right, try this one. Number 9, if you're waiting. So for those who finish this one, just do that, right?
Should we draw the grid?
Which means.
Did you what?
Should we draw the grid? The
No,
graph?
no, just, yeah, you're gonna have to draw a grid. Yeah, you let's draw.
Oh, I hate to forget.
Okay, just don't do them quickly, that's all.
So I don't think you understand. I don't draw grids quickly. I draw grids.
Okay, so first of all, I need you to get this, hey, that question over there, go get it in the right format. If you mess up that first step, you're in trouble.
So what is the rest of that question at the bottom? Oh, plus two, thank you.
Minus.
Minus.
You're saying so you can't this can see here.
You gotta be left with X.
It will have to go back to this one. So it's totally right for the education. And the picture bills. So I divide that. We should invest it in the so we divide this in the opposite side.
Okay.
Well, then,
Three.
Yeah,
that is what we want to do.
but inside, yeah.
Okay, so just check this step, because this is probably where the most mess ups are gonna happen. Give me a sec. Okay, you wanna be left with X, so you take out -2. If you take out -2 to get back to this, you're gonna have -2 times X is -2X, times -2 is +2. Okay. Then what does this mean? It means -2 times something, right? You've got absolute value of A times, so you could rewrite this as the absolute value of -2 times the absolute value of X -2. But what's the absolute value of -2? It's just 2. So this is probably the most important step. F of X is equal to 2, X absolute value of X -2 plus 2. Does that make sense? Yes. Then give it. It always is. Okay, because absolute value of -7 is it's a constant. Okay, because by definition, remember, absolute value of X stays, if what's inside is bigger than 0, it stays the same, but it changes sign if what's inside is less than 0. So here I know what's inside is less than 0, so it must change signs. Okay. Right, so now you can get the shape of the same liquid. I want you to do this on the next finish. And I'm from technical. But this question, you could want it. We're not going to have time for more than one. Your salient point, you've gone 2 to the right and you've gone 3 up. So it's 2, 3. And the shape is positive. So you're gonna have to go online and choose your
Oh.
virtual hour. Yeah. Okay. Right. So you go to BPG. When you get to BPG, you just say get out your device. You'll
That's
think it-
no why.
and you link, you go pick which virtual hour thing you're gonna do.
Why? And my piece is so nice. I just don't like the concept of it. It's not fun to.
What do you guys want to do? What if it's, you know, take it out?
You can just.
I'm not just starting, you know, sorry.
I'm so bad.
Like what just on
Yeah.
bad, honey.
No, I'm not bad. My son is just jealous. Thanks.
No, every single dance move she struggled to do it. We were on that beach, she couldn't do it. It's just this. No, honestly, I'm aiming to do
What
that.
if that one?
Okay, all right. So just check this one, guys, quickly. You should have a salient point at 2, 3. Okay, you should have, you get that? 0, 7 is your y-intercept. If you want to put another point, you can. There's your graph. Okay, right. I know this would be a little bit tedious. So last one, number 9. Comes from your textbook. So just scribble on the back of. So find a spot in the front or the back, wherever. Use the front cover. Okay, y is negative x plus 3 plus 2. Last one. Yeah. Middle of the front cover. Okay.
We're gonna just do it on that side.
Do whatever you like, okay.
Bring it in the textbook. There's my rhythm.
This time you have to draw your own grid. Then we're going to use a panic.
It's
It
actually,
does not have to be Africano. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, let's do that.
What is this?
But you should make a decision. Yeah, cash.
We should put this one.
There's no coefficients, that's fine. Okay.
I'm not illustrating.
Oh, you put that.
no, the rhythm says, and I didn't even experience one negative part.
Oh, yeah, she's the oldest one. Yeah, she's the oldest one.
Because this one domain is really
Easy to do this.
I need to ask.
awesome. The book.
Okay.
Check. Let me check. Let me check. I'm just getting the same check. Let's check. So is it possible to find? Oh, yeah, never mind. That doesn't mean I was going to. No, it didn't say who it is.
That's funny.
There we go.
License done, the lights.
The other person I've done is taking the same. It was.
Oh, yes, it's one thing too.
What? You can't just say it.
Yeah, most of this is so.
I'll get on to you.
On like, you. And this one, oh, he says she has a British accent, right? So he's been here for long now. She's.
You guys finished? Mhm. Were you done?
This is the light. No.
Simon, you done?
No.
Okay.
That just doesn't. Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Yes, good.
it's embarrassing.
It's weird. It's what?
Okay, just technically, so you should have got. Okay, negative 3, 2, your salient point, it should be a negative 1. Should have x intercept of negative 5 and negative 1, and a y intercept of negative 1. Right, all that guys. Good stuff, good stuff.
I love English.
What movie you watching?
Yes.
I think a movie actually.
But the English is so strong, like the accent.
It's not that bad, actually.
No, but the British accent.
Is it where it fit in Sheffield or Leeds or where?
The like.
North East, North.
Yeah, it should.
No, but I love English. Like I love this Rumpel sauce. Rumpel sauce is amazing. No, nothing.
Miss who?
Miss Rumpel. Rumpel.
Oh, okay.
She's a nice Catholic.
My teacher next year.
Oh, she's such an
She's so
amazing
nice.
teacher.